the attempt to get a credible political party to constitute a real third force in our body politic is quite scattered. We're thinking that the CPP could remain united and resolute, and they could put their house in order so that they could constitute a real third force or an alternative to the NDC and NPP. But what has happened now, in my view, destroys that opportunity.
Is that to suggest that you do not think that the CPP and the PPP in themselves will be better off and that they will be worse? It's talking about destroying the opportunity?
In my view, I think the decision to break away, first of all, the conflict between Dr. Indom and then the party executives was not properly handled. But again, the decision to break away was also politically suicidal, given the general reception that Ghanaians have accorded breakaway parties in the history of our Fourth Republic. And so, yes, Indom is gone out of the party. He is quite influential, definitely, and obviously a lot of people would follow him, and that would affect the chances of the CPP as a party. But again, the PPP is also, I don't see my way clear for them, because the history of our Fourth Republic shows that parties that have often broken away, people who have often broken away to form their own parties have not fared. So, winning an election does not always depend on one's access to resources and sometimes one's own ego. It also depends on how serious, credible, and institutionalized the larger group to which you belong to is perceived, and also whether the people think you may adequately promote their interest. These are some of the things that would help one to win an election. And so it's important that those who are breaking away take cognizance of these so that it helps shape their decisions. I'm sure politicians will disagree with me, but as scientists, this is how I feel. Hello?
What do you think will become of the CPP?
In my view, what has happened would further worsen their already minimal stake they have in the upcoming elections.
What do you see the PPP becoming?
Oh, you mean the PPP?
No, the first question you've answered. This is another question. The new one, the Progressive People's Party, do you see it becoming a force in Ghanaian politics?
Well, if history is our best teacher, or if we're going to learn any lesson from what has happened since 1992, then, as I indicated earlier on, breakaway parties are often not accorded a good reception by the people of Ghana. And if that happens to the PPP, then, as I said, the decision to break away will be politically, suicidal.
Ransford Jampo, thank you for joining us tonight. Ransford Jampo is a lecturer at the Political Science Department, University of Ghana, Legon. Thank you for your time. I'm sure we will be getting some reactions from my panelists in the studio, but I think that it's only fit and proper that you conclude the initial remarks that you were making.
Thank you. I think Alistair talked about the fact that we're not concerned about issues. I think every single day, from morning till night, from region to region, we've got people in our team covering radio stations, talking about the very issues. Indeed, this morning I've been on TV Africa, and I've talked about the president's promises on investing in the Ghanaian. investing in infrastructure, prudent management of the economy, transparent management of our affairs, and commented about why we should not, we should look at what's happened against. We're talking about the issues every single day. So I think we can discount what Alistair is saying, that are we not concerned about? Of course we're concerned. We are the party of the people. We are concerned about, we are the party that even has an ideology based on the people. The PPP say that they are pragmatists. They don't have an ideology. They don't believe in, So let's get things into focus. We are the party that's championing the cause of ordinary people. We have championed the cause of the hardship on people this morning. Indeed, we were asked this morning whether the president sweating at the press conference yesterday was a matter of concern. I said, well, it should not be. His sweating should not be the concern. It's the sweat of ordinary people out there that we should be concerned about. So, for us, it's an everyday thing. That's the reason that we exist. We're not existing for anything else other than to champion the cause of ordinary people, their plight, and raise a concern. So that cannot be taken as a serious comment from Alistair. Now, getting our house in order, it's ongoing. That is what we are embarking on. I mean, political commentator after political commentator for years and years said the CPP needs to get its house in order. What does that getting your house in order, what does it mean?
Does it mean?
It means you need to become a serious, focused, disciplined organization. So when people, after Congress, put articles in the newspaper which says things like, where is Samia and her leaders taking the party? When they say the CPP is doomed, are these people who are concerned about the slowness of the party?
Which people put out those articles?
Oh, it's elements from the same camp. Elements from the same camp.
You mean the PPP
the
camp?
Majority of people who are now in the communication team of Dr. Indom, where some of these people who are putting these things out there. We know these computers, these articles came from. We know the time that it was sent. We have all the information. It is this information that was put in front of the leadership, which pinpointed which computers were sending these articles, which people were doing this, that it became an issue. Because then the leadership decides that we are not going to tolerate this sort of, we have mechanisms. If you belong to a political party and you're concerned about the issue, you come to the political party, you come to the center, and you go through the mechanisms in the constitution. I'm a constituency chairman. If I have a concern, I'll go to my regional executive. I don't go on newspaper pages. I don't come to stations like this to say, well, I think my leader is this. I think this is that. So we can see the process of destabilization that was begun soon after Congress. And the leadership, which is seeking to transform this party into the sort of get your house in order that people have been asking for years, are embarking upon making this party a serious organization. Indiscipline will not be tolerated. Indeed, the leadership have said they will give zero tolerance to indiscipline. And it's these sort of articles that have been put out there that has led to where we are. And the reason why the Council of Elders backed the leaders in their quest to install discipline is that these articles were shown to the Council of Elders. Why is it that 99.9% of the CPP can agree to follow one path and a tiny minority somehow think that we're all wrong?
How do you arrive at that figure?
Well, the unanimous decisions at Central Committee. Indeed, this interdiction that we've just had, it was a unanimous decision. The Council, interdiction that we've done the last few days ago, since the breakaway, I
think you should
we've
break it up.
Interdicted 4 members of the National Youth Organizer, the National Women's Organizer, the Ashanti Regional Chairman, and the Northern Regional Youth Organizer. They've been interdicted for actions which are against the interests of the party. Now, all the regional chairmen were sitting at the table, all their representatives, all the governors of this party took that unanimous decision.
They were wrong.
That's exactly the point I made. The Council of Elders, when they called all the stakeholders, including Dr. Indom, Dr. Indom did not come. Everybody else was there. And when the Council of Elders were presented with the evidence...
Robert, no, I need to cut him. He's been speaking for a long time.
Hold on.
You go and sit in London and then when you come and say this
Alistair,
things. You know who have been struggling to keep the party
I need to get that clarification
My friend, you see how they are living.
When you say interdicted...
They've been stripped of their role pending further investigation.
Okay.
So they've been put in front of the disciplinary committee.
Right.
And the disciplinary committee is
going
to investigate...
Still members of the CPP?
Well, unless they choose to have resigned since then. But they've been interdicted. They've been interdicted, which means It's not suspension.
Okay.
It's not expulsion.
Right.
But they cannot act
in
the roles that they hold now until the disciplinary committee finishes investigations.
Okay.
Now, this is fact. You cannot dispute that they lied, they did not lie. The point I was making is that the majority of the party, as demonstrated by this decision, or the electoral... Are you saying it wasn't unanimous decision?
It's not true. It was not true. It was some two people sitting down and... You think when you don't consult, we don't know. When you consult, we know that this is broad-based consultations. We know. When it's unilateral, we'll see it. We'll hear the reactions will show. Why? What are you saying? I confront, don't sit here and throw mud into anybody's eyes. I've been a member of the party before you came from that your landed. I'm telling you, you people have come here, you have interest. Before the elections, you were in some year's camp. I'm telling you. I will not stand anywhere and I'll tell you in your face.
Central committee decision or not?
I am telling you that you people have taken sides. Those of you who lost the elections, you have run to some years. Those of you in some years camp who lost the elections. You know, 3 days before the elections, I had the opportunity to meet the special assistant of Samia. I told him in his face, George, Samia will win. But those people who are trying to hide behind Samia's identity, they will never get to the place. Because why? Instead of telling the people practically what they will do, they were name calling and name tagging people. You understand? Be focused on how you bring the party together and band the party together. This is a party that Kwame Nkrumah left for us. We want to live his ideals and aspirations. And look at how you are going down the drain. You are sacking people and you want to bring people together. And when there are problems, you say, I've sacked you, I've interdicted you. What kind of revolutionary method is this? It won't fly. And those people at the Central Committee, go and check their average age. Every time when I sit in my room, I laugh. They can't even go out 1, 2, 3 and bring people. I'm telling you, those people who were acting in the party office.
About average age?
Of course, I mean, if they are above 60 years, most of them are between 50 and 60 years. And I don't know, their friends they are not like me. Me, I can go out and make a new friend every day. I'm so energetic, I can run around. So that you listen to me and then you make my input also be part of that decision. You don't just go and then boardroom and then come out with this. This decision is worse. Look, let me use a clear word. In a baller decision, it's to be thrown to the dustbin. Samia has failed. If she's not shy of what she has done, everybody's blasting her. Can't you hear about? It's only people like Akomfra who are in their camp. But now you are the communications director. How did you get there? Was it by competition? What did anybody call this thing to? Was it by? I don't.
It was a Central Committee decision.
It's not true. There are so many competent people in the party that can take up that position. They are doing cronyism. They are bringing their friends. Why do you travel with Otin? Otin was in some year's camp. I'm telling you that they want to run a one-man show. They are almost running to a dictatorship. Party just simple party. Look at how you are behaving. Then we'll entrust the state to you when. The CPP is doomed forever because of their actions. They won't change. And they have been ostriches in where they are. Look, we have taken time to organize to bring delegates together and giving you the answer. When there are problems, is that a way to go about it? Name calling and name tagging, insulting everybody around, trying to put people in a certain phrase. You go and sit down. Every day you sit in the party office and then you decide who should be part of this and who should not be part of it. How many months should it take you to form committees? Didn't you know that when you win, you'll be forming the committees? The agency of the organization, didn't you have that agency on hand? I remember I listened to her on Kwesi Pratt's program, one of the programs before she became chairman. Immediately she won, she changed her stand. She said that the people had the opportunity, they could take their cases to court as and when they wanted to. Because, of course, she had factions that were also in court. When she won, she came to tell us that all the cases should be withdrawn and brought to the party. What effort has she made to even bring her people from that court to home?